I'm going to go and speak to Julie Baines, who is a producer and who runs Dan Films, where I was lucky enough to work as a runner last year. Amongst other films, Julie has produced the horror movie Creep, starring Frankie Potente, and she also produced Michael Winterbottom's debut movie Butterfly Kiss. Well, first of all, how did you get into the business?
I got it in a way that people say you can't. I always wanted to do something in film, TV or theatre, and so I went and did a secretarial and business studies course, and I thought I'd get some temp work. Okay. In film, TV or theatre, whatever I can get, and see what I like. And that's how it really started. So I started as a secretary.
Do you think that being a runner is a good way to get involved in the business?
I think that's a really great idea, because I'd love to have been a runner. I mean, I was stuck in the office for a certain amount of time when I was being secretary. But being a runner was always the really exciting thing, because everyone wants to go on set, don't they? You know?
Yeah.
Unless you get stuck as the office runner, but that can be exciting too. You get to see the other side of what goes on, the organisational side, the sort of more hidden side of things. When a film is actually shooting, there is a budget, so we would always pay the runners at least a minimum going rate. But frankly, we do take unpaid interns in the office here between times. We're a little company. We can't necessarily afford to pay them at any particular moment. It's good for us, but it's even better for the interns if they really want to get into the business. Yeah. And also, you know, I can see within half an hour whether they're going to make it or not.
What advice could you give to somebody who wants to get into directing in the film business?
Well, I think that certainly it's very helpful to go to a film school as a director.
Right.
There's some very good ones in the country now. Obviously there's the National Film and Television School at Beaconsfield, but there are quite a few other really interesting courses going on at universities now, or university-led courses. I mean, there's Goldsmiths in South London, and then there's Leeds and Sheffield and various other courses around the country. So I think probably number one is do a course, especially for directing. But also, are you writing as well as directing?
Yes.
Because I find with a lot of new directors that it's kind of helpful for them to write as a means to directing. Now, they might not be career writers, and some of them might not be very good at writing, in which case, team up with someone who is stronger on the writing side. Why not?
Yeah.
As a means to getting your first project under your belt.
How essential do you think it is to go to film school?
I don't think it's essential, but I think the courses now some of the courses are quite strong, and it will enable you to make contacts more easily and network more easily. You'll be introduced to useful people for the future, whereas it's a harder thing to try and do that by yourself. Not impossible, of course, if you're determined enough, but it's sort of about how determined and passionate you are.